Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday. Y'all, happy November 1st. My goodness, time is just flying, you guys. So I have on my Victorian styled type of dress because later on today I am going to the Tea Around Town bus tour type of situation. I am going to vlog the experience. So stay tuned for that later on this week. But you guys, I have a haul for you. So I have been doing a little bit of shopping. It's not a huge haul. I have 5 new fragrances that I want to share with you. So really excited to do that. But first, you know, we must talk about our fragrance of the day. So I decided to pull for the Anna Abayed Scarlet from Latafa. This one right here is absolutely beautiful, and I figured that it would go with the fragrance would really complement my look for today, and because it's very dark, it's very pretty at the same time, and so that is what I decided to pull for. And of course, you know how I do, I need to go ahead and just add a little bit more fragrance, because why not? We are an oversprayer over here. So if you are new to the channel and you're an oversprayer as well, you're in the right place. And what I'll do is I will top it off right before I get ready to leave. So just to make sure that I have a nice little scent bubble for myself. This one right here is just so beautiful. The rose in here, that dark cherry, like I said, it's just perfect for today's look because it kind of has like a Victorian smell to me, if you will. So Anna Abayed Scarlet is the fragrance of the day. So moving on to the fragrance haul. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to share with you what I have picked up. So first, let's start out with the House of Killian. So I have been eyeing the Angel Share on the Rocks, and I decided to pick up the little travel size here to try this out as a sample, because I know that earlier this year they had also released the, I think it was the Paradiso Flanker. I think that's the name of it, but it has some fruits added into it. But this one right here really caught my attention because this one has citrus and it has aldehydes in it. And so I was like, oh yeah, I want to see what it's talking about. And so decided to pick it up. Did not want to blind buy a full bottle. Y'all know that's typically how I roll. But something told me to pick up a travel spray first, and I'm glad that I did. So on the rocks, it has top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, bitter orange, lemon, aldehydes. In the heart, it has cognac and caramel. And then in the base, it includes that tonka bean, oak, that myrrh, and sandalwood. And I love this fragrance. I absolutely love this fragrance. But the only issue that I take with this one is that the citrus notes and the aldehyde, it doesn't stick around, unfortunately. So when you first put this on, it really just opens up with that fresh type of take on Angel Share, and I am here for it. I absolutely love that for this fragrance. But after maybe an hour of having this one on and the dry down settles, you're just left with, I don't want to say watered down or like a weaker version of the original Angel Share, which I own, which was why I did not want to get a full size bottle of this one, because I did not know if it was going to be redundant. What I will say is that I do prefer this one, Angel Share on the Rocks, versus the OG Angel Share. I do prefer this one because I find with this one, it's not as sweet, and it does not have the cinnamon in this one is not super strong. It's there because in that dry down, you get the exact same DNA as you would find in the original Angel Share. Same exact DNA, but this one right here is just a more smooth, more refined type of version of the other one. So I do prefer this one, but in my opinion, it is just way too close to this one. This one does wear spicier, it wears thicker, it wears heavier. I can see wearing the On the Rocks version all throughout the year, because even though it does have the same DNA as the OG, it's just not as in your face. I hope all of this is making sense. Like, I absolutely love this fragrance. And if I did not already have the original Angel Share, I would absolutely be picking up a full bottle of this one. Now, some people feel like, you know, they have both in their collection. It's necessary, but it's just maybe later. I may feel different later, but for right now, I am going to enjoy this sample. Let me show you guys the dent. I have really been enjoying this one. I've been wearing it. And again, it's amazing. It's amazing. So if I had to choose between the two, it would definitely be this one. This is absolutely beautiful. When I did wear it, it had really good longevity. I would say after maybe 5 or 6 hours, the sillage of it, it did calm down, and I was left with this really beautiful scent bubble that I just absolutely enjoyed. And I wore this to work. It was not offensive to anyone, and I got a compliment too. So I absolutely love this one, but I won't be getting a full-size bottle until I have, you know, just really used up this baby right here. So thank goodness I did get the smaller bottle of this one, because I do enjoy Angel Share. It's pretty. I like it. I like it. I like this one, but I love On the Rocks. Just being completely honest. I enjoy this one. I will continue to wear it. Spend a little bit more time with it this year because I didn't really pull for it a whole lot last year, but I want to go ahead and enjoy this one. So those are my thoughts on Killian's Angel Share On the Rocks. So the next fragrance that I decided to finally go ahead and pick up, this one right here was a blind buy, and I really don't know how I feel about it. So I decided to pick up Petra from Latafa. And you guys, why? So let me back up. Let me share the notes of Petra with you. So it has top notes of plum, which I absolutely love. That's what really made me pull the trigger on this fragrance. So top notes of plum. It also has rum in the top notes with heart notes of tuberose and coconut. And then the base notes, there are praline, musk, and vanilla. So all of those besides the coconut, I absolutely love. And I feel pretty confident in buying blind because typically it works out for me. This fragrance, I don't like it. I am going to keep it. I've sprayed it out, but I don't like it. And let me tell you why. So this one right here, and I'm just so surprised that I have not seen other fragrance content creators talking about the comparison. But I do have a 9 ml sample of Amouage's Love Delight, and y'all, I cannot stand it. I know that Love Delight is an absolute love for a lot of you out there, but it's something about the way that the ginger is done in Love Delight that makes me sick on the stomach. I want it to like it. I want it to love it. I want it to, add a full bottle to my collection, and it did not work out for me. I still have the 9 mil. I don't think I'm going to finish it. I like to always hold on to my samples because I know that our tastes change, fragrances, they mature. And even though it's not alike now, that could change in the future. I highly doubt that for Love Delight. What I will say about Petra is that even though it puts me in the mind of Love Delight, it is a tamer version. And what's so funny is that this fragrance doesn't even have ginger in it, but I swear that I'm picking up on some type of ginger note in this fragrance that it makes me feel nauseous. It makes me feel nauseous, and I think the bottle is so pretty. I know that several months ago there was so much hype around this fragrance. A lot of people love it, but for me, not today. I don't love it today, and I hope that that does change. I don't feel too bad about this purchase because I think it only cost me like, I don't know, 40, 45 bucks. So that's not horrible. But, I bought it because I wanted to experience it for this fall season and, moving into winter. And unfortunately, it's not working for me. I'm going to give it a few months, let it sit, and then, try it out again. But it was a fail. It was a fail. I don't typically have a lot of fails with my blind buys, but this one was. And yeah, it's a no for me. So that is Petra from the house of Latafa. And so moving right along, I did try this next fragrance and I absolutely fell in love with it. I decided to get a travel size, and I have decided to upgrade to a full bottle. And I am talking about Vanilla Oud from Kayali. I love this fragrance. It is so good. I wore this to work on Wednesday because we had our Halloween costume party, and I thought that this was like the perfect fragrance for my little Halloween outfit. I didn't wear a costume, but I did wear like this little sweatshirt that had a ghost and pumpkins on it. It was really cute, and this fragrance was perfect for that day. So Vanilla Oud does have keynotes of vanilla sugar, praline, saffron, white musk, oak moss, and oud. And this oud in here is so smooth and is so refined, and paired with that vanilla, it is just, it is just chef's kiss. I love this fragrance. And I came this close to buying a backup bottle, but we're not. I'm going to enjoy the fragrances that I have in my collection. And what I'm telling myself now moving forward is that I will repurchase a fragrance once I get to the halfway mark. But I at least have to get to the halfway mark because I'm running out of room. I'm not gonna lie, I am running out of room for my fragrances. But this one right here, I did overspray when I wore this one, and it was amazing. It lasted all day, and I'm not gonna lie, so I put it on like around 8. Then around maybe lunchtime, 12:30, 1 o'clock, I did top off one more time with this fragrance. And from that point on, it lasted all day long. And it was beautiful. It made me happy. Like I said, it has a bit of that darkness to it, but this right here is absolutely oud done right. If you are new to oud, or if you're afraid to try fragrances that have oud in them, I think that this one would be a good introduction into the oud note, because it is fabulous. I wish that this one came in a 100 ml, because I just have a feeling that I am going to run through this 50 ml, because your girl is going to be enjoying this one fully for the cold weather season, period, hands down. I absolutely love this one, and that is Vanilla Oud from Kayali. And so in my last haul video, I had picked up Ani from the house of Nishane, and a lot of you chimed in and said that I need 100 silent ways in my life. I've always heard great things about this fragrance, but I was just like, based on the notes, like, do I really need it? And so y'all influenced me, right? And I decided to go ahead and pick up the 100 Silent Ways from the house of Nishane. I did pick this up from Joma Shop, so I got a really, really good price on this one. This is good. This is really good. And so, per usual with all Nishane fragrances, you get this little postcard. And so it does have the notes on here. So 100 Silent Ways does have top notes of mandarin, tuberose, peach, with heart notes of white jasmine, gardenia, orris, and base notes of vanilla, sandalwood, and vetiver. I love this fragrance, but it's absolutely beautiful. However, I already have something in my collection that, to me, in my opinion, smells very similar to this one. Very similar. And I am talking about Maison Mataha's Printemps Blanc. Y'all, these fragrances smell very, very, very similar. Very similar. I know that Printemps Blanc, it has that white tea note in it, but for me, the dry down with Nishane is very, very similar to Printemps Blanc. And I absolutely adore this fragrance. Look at the dent. I brought this fragrance like, 3 months ago, and I am running through it. I love this fragrance so much that I did purchase a backup. And so I don't know, for me now, I feel like I have an overabundance of this scent profile. So while 100 Silent Ways is amazing, I take nothing from it, it's just too similar to Printemps Blanc to where I just don't feel like I needed this one in my collection. I'm gonna be honest, especially since I have a backup. Now I feel like I have 3 of this scent profile, because in the dry down, it gives me that really pretty marshmallow, chantilly, ambrette type of smell. Plus, on top of that, I also own Oriana from Parfums de Marly, and all 3 of these fragrances are, they have very similar fragrance profile. Like, the profiles are very similar, especially in the dry down. But these 2 right here, like, why didn't anybody tell me? These are very, very similar. I feel like if you have one or the other, then you don't need both. You just don't. And I am a very intentional fragrance collector, and I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to enjoy it. But I was like, I could have purchased another fragrance that I had my eye on instead of getting this one, right? Because, I set myself a budget, and, I could have purchased something else that I've been, wanting to add to my collection that was on my wish list. But I went on ahead and I listened to all the hype and I purchased this one. Y'all are not wrong. You're not wrong. This is fabulous, but I already have something very similar in my collection. So that's my feedback on this one. Although I will say the difference between the two is I get amazing wear from Printemps Blanc, but I think that this one is going to hold on to fabric and to skin a little bit longer because it's Nishane. It's Nishane. It's from the house of Nishane, and their fragrances are bold and they are potent. And this is an extrait. So yeah, this one is going to wear a little bit longer than the Printemps Blanc. But at any rate, let me get off my soapbox. Happy to have it in my collection. Like I said, I will love this one down. But yeah, no backups. No backups for this one. I already have its sister in my collection. So that is 100 Silent Ways from Nishane. And the last one that I want to share was my most favorite purchase from this haul. And oh my gosh, I did pay full retail price for this one, and because I needed it. I couldn't wait on a sale. I didn't want to wait on a sale, and so I decided to treat myself, and I purchased this one I've had it for 2 weeks now, and y'all, it is Havana Gold from Dries Van Noten. Ah, this right here. I'm in love. I'm in absolute love. Let's talk about the notes before I start bragging on this fragrance. So Havana Gold has top notes of mandarin, licorice, and star anise with heart notes of tobacco absolute, cinnamon, and benzoin. And then you have base notes of leather, tonka bean, and cypriol. My goodness. This is amazing. And to think that I almost talked myself out of making the purchase. So I'm going to be honest. When I saw that it had notes of licorice, and star anise, that made me a little bit nervous. All the other notes I'm fine with, I can get behind. It was those two that gave me pause. And I went to, what was that? Was that Nordstrom? Yeah, I went to Nordstrom with a friend of mine a couple of weeks back, and they had a Dries Van Noten counter. And I'm not gonna lie, like I had scent fatigue because I had been smelling so many things. So by the time I got to this one, I sprayed it on a blotter card, and I thought that I remembered really, really loving this one. And I was like, you know what? I think I did. I'm just going to go ahead and make the purchase. So I did order this from the Dries Van Noten website, and it is lovely. This one right here is a straight up and down unisex fragrance. It is not leaning masculine. It's not leaning feminine. Like, it is just beautiful. And the longevity, the performance, the sillage, top notch, top notch. When I wore this perfume to work, it lasted all day. By the time I got home after a 9-hour workday, I could still smell it. And every time I would move around, I would get whiffs of this, and it just put a smile on my face and just put me in a really, really good mood. This is fantastic. I already have soy Malaki, and I love that one down. Wonderful, absolute, gorgeous, and this one is no different. This one is no different. The tobacco in here, then you've got that tonka bean in the base with that cypriol. In the opening, I really do pick up on the star anise and that cinnamon. But then as the fragrance begins to just really calm down, and the blend, the way that it comes together, all of these notes in here are absolutely amazing. I think that someone that's even tobacco note sensitive would enjoy this one. You do get the tobacco in here. To me, it's like a drier tobacco leaf, but it's not overbearing. It's not, it doesn't overwhelm the other scent notes in this fragrance. This is fantastic. And I don't have anything else in my collection that smells like this one. This was an amazing purchase. This was my favorite purchase out of the other ones that I've picked up. And I am in love with Havana Gold. I highly recommend it. I don't think that it is a safe blind buy. So do like I did and go to the counter and get your nose on it. But I think that a lot of you would really enjoy this one. Of course, it makes for the perfect, and I do mean perfect, fall scent, winter scent. I will even wear this into early spring. And then, you know, as we move into the warmer weather, once it gets above 75 degrees, I won't be reaching for this anymore. But I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it for this cold weather season because it is fantastic. I cannot say enough good things about this perfume. So that is Havana Gold from Dries Van Noten. So those were all of my finds. That was everything that I've decided to pick up over these past couple of weeks. If you do enjoy my content and you love fragrance and you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to join the family. And to those that continue to come back and support me, thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly do appreciate all of your support. And until next time, friends, I will see you all in the next video. Take care.